I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to have you here with us in beautiful Cannes.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for taking the time. Maybe you could begin with a brief introduction to The Black Dog. For people who don't know anything about the film, what can they
Okay,
expect?
it's a story about, simply put, it's a story about a man and a dog. They kind of mirror each other, and their relationship serves as a reflection of each other, and then ultimately becomes a source of salvation for both. My dog is here, and then I kind of, so the story is about men and a black dog, this particular black dog. And I think I have this strong bond of relationship with the dog, and then turned out in real life now I adopted the dog right after the movie wrapped. So I think that's simply enough to tell the people about the story.
And when you first read the script, what jumped out to you, and particularly about playing this character of Lang?
To be honest, I haven't done anything in 2 years before doing this character. So once I read the script, approaching this character when I got the script during pandemic, I think, and I just found out it's so special. And this storyline, and then of course I'm a dog lover. The reason is the script is something I have never read before, and the director is Guan Hu. I call him Tiger. Okay, Tiger is one of, I think, is outstanding director, respected director in China. And I always wanted to. It's hard to resist. So that's the main reason I took this job.
And I mean, not an easy character to play. I mean, not much dialogue to work with, for example.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah.
And also the physicality of it. I mean, Guan was saying, you were too handsome. Not a problem that most people
No,
have. They had to rough you up a bit to make you look like you fit in a bit. So what was that process like for you?
Thank you. It's just I think the right, when I read the script, I felt he was a mute or something, right? And then because I did a movie about doing a hand sign movie, it's called Hear Me. So I thought, is he gonna do some hand sign? Otherwise, how is he gonna to communicate with others, right? And this is something at that moment, I really wanted to change, because after pandemic, post pandemic, I feel there's something, the outlook on life changed, my outlook on life changed, and my perspective of life changed. I just feel like this is the risk, the task I need to do. So that's why I take on. You mean, I do change a lot of things. The skin color, to be able to immerse myself in that region, northwest people, they have this accent. I'm not talking a lot of lines, right? So I don't need to do that many lines. The accent should be kind of, so I have simple lines. And that's one thing, accent, I need to do. And the physicality, yeah, I'm a stuntman, motorcycle stuntman. I need to learn that, train months beforehand to do motor stunt.
And what about being on the shoot? I mean, being in the Gobi Desert, I mean, quite a harsh environment. So that must have been kind of challenging. And then also working with animals, which is,
Yeah.
they always say that working with kids and animals is like a thing you're not
Three,
supposed to
they
do.
always say like the three things you cannot touch, right? One is the animal, kids, and water. I did a movie called Rescue with water, right? And then the kids, yeah. And then this time, animal is the toughest one I've ever take on. And I think another one is the landscape is something. I think no one was part of the movie, didn't know we're signing up something really experimental, very at this rough, tough city. City is broken down, and then we're there to shoot it, and lots of dogs, and all the dogs and animals are real, and then we have to do this rehearsal over and over on set and before shooting. So I have to train. I learn training dogs before shooting, and then after every day finish shooting wrapped, I have to go back to the dog camp to train with the dogs and the motorcycle stunts. I mean, all these things kind of like, you just feel like you're not acting, you're not simply living there, and it kind of helped me to explore more possibilities for this character. I think, yeah, I'm not sure, am I saying it correctly? Kind of forget a lot of things, but I just feel this character is definitely a there's some fascination about him. You know, his loneliness is you just kind of want to be part of it. You know.
Did anything go terribly wrong at any point, or did you have any funny moments on set working with the dogs?
You know the bitten thing. She bit me, or he. There's a couple of dogs, right? So it's real. We train that too. We rehearse that too. So I have to put this protection, that thick protection under my costume, and I really got bitten because while we're doing rehearsal, they just when the time when the trainer said, "Oh, go," and then he just bit me right in my ass, and then without the camera rolling. That's the whole. And then I have to go to the hospital right away because I have to take that what's it called antibiotics shots, but it's during pandemic, so everything is gonna. No, you have to line up to get into hospital. So that was quite a journey, quite experience for me. And now I'm kind of immune of any bites now. Because when I see dogs, I'm not afraid of they biting me. Because there are a couple of scenes of me getting bitten by the dogs, right? I think those are the scenes I remember the most. And one scene particularly is I think we did 80 or 70 times with one take. Yeah, because Tiger, right? He's tougher than anybody. He has this meticulous on details. So he wants this shot to be shot like this, long shot. So there's any one detail that is not he doesn't like, you know. He will do a retake. So I feel like in this whole movie, I'm not acting. I'm just simply reacting with the dog. I'm simply reacting with the dog. And it kind of changed my idea of acting. You know, just get over with. You know. And so when you said, this character is different than, well, people say it's different than my previous works. I think, yeah, it's definitely because I'm not acting. I'm just simply reacting in this, remote, beautiful black Gobi desert, just to do this to survive. That's like the dog, the instinct of survival.
Like you say, so it must have taught you a lot about this amazing relationship that humans can have with dogs, and the fact that you went and got one after so what do you think it is that's so special about that relationship?
Do you have a dog?
I don't. My mum used to have
Okay,
one.
I feel dogs are just like these so present thing, right? They if I go out for let's say 30 minutes and I come back, they'll be like they haven't seen you for 3 months or something. They'll be like so happy. Oh, where'd you go, right? Oh, what'd you eat? Would you go hunting? So they'll have this so present. They can be at one moment be dead asleep and then all of a sudden just jump up like, oh, I'm having the best time of my life. I think all these kind of stuff is something I feel like they are so present, and unlike us, human beings are so worried about. We're living in the past. We're thinking about our past mistakes, and then we're, you know, looking at the future. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's my job? Right? We're so worried about the future, and we're so kind of have this live in the past mistakes. Same as my character Erlang, right? He done something wrong in 15 years ago. He paid his time, but he couldn't get out because his mind. He cannot change his mind. The only thing can change is yourself. Once you toss it out, you embrace your past mistakes. You move on. I think that's what I learned from animals, from my dog. Now, of course, the happy thing is once she joined our family, I have two sisters and a mom. They used to afraid of dogs. Now they are like every time they walk the dog 3 times a day, and it kind of changed the dynamic of the whole family, the relationship. We are all bounded together more. We'll love more to the dogs, and I think that's something unimaginable happened in my life before having a dog.
And in terms of what people can take away from the film, I mean, just going along the journey with Lang, they can sort of escape with him and go on his journey. But, it is also sort of probing Graham was talking about how, there's been such rapid development in China.
Right.
And it's almost sort of envisioning, well, what's happened to the people that have perhaps been left behind in that rapid development, or perhaps a little bit on the margins of that?
Yeah, it's true that I mean the whole world is changing rapidly. I think that the theme of this story is universal, or everybody can relate. I actually didn't realize that while shooting. I think I watched it yesterday, and I just feel like, oh, there's a lot of perspective of this movie we can talk about. But it's just it is true that we are moving too fast, and we don't really know where we're going. We have this nowadays. We have this AI coming, right? And the way of film industry is changing too. What's going to happen in the cinema as well, right? We have TV, we have short clips, we have platform streaming. So even in the career of acting, it's changing. What's gonna be? And then who knows? 5 years later, what's this Cannes Film Festival gonna be? Imagine, of course, in China, or the movie took place in this remote, artistically beautiful, poetic landscape. So I think this movie kind of make me wonder, what's the meaning of this? We're kind of searching this poetic meaning in this movie. See, anybody can see that somehow. For me, I think it's just the character of man and a dog, kind of redemption of each other, salvation of each other. But it's true, it's kind of pretty strong movie.
Finally, what does it mean to you to have the film playing here in Cannes? And I guess, how do you see this is an amazing platform to have international cinema, and particularly to bring Chinese film, Chinese cinema to a European audience?
To be honest, 13 years ago, I was here with a movie called Jump Ah Xin. And I was playing a troubled young man who pursues his dream to become a gymnast. So, but then I was here just to market and sell a movie. And I kind of told myself, I need to work hard and come back. So, and then 2021, I did come back with a movie called Are You Lonesome Tonight by Wen Sipei. But it's during pandemic, so I couldn't make it here. And it was in special screening, in official selection. And this year, I'm here with Black Dog, with Guan Hu director, and it just to me, it's like it's interesting. My life, each step is like leap forward in manifesting my dream of coming here. So I'm really proud that I have a project in competition this year. So I hope to come back.
Do you think there's still any hurdles to sort of get Chinese cinema more in front of international audiences? Do you feel like things like streaming as well somehow maybe has helped kind of broaden people's horizons in terms of even watching stuff with subtitles, for example?
Yeah, I think it's nowadays we do watch a lot of foreign movies from the streamings, right? And I think this year there's a lot of Asian movies coming. I'm not sure about that, but then I think it's a good thing, right? Because that's the only thing we can break the barrier, transcends through our artwork. I just feel like it's definitely a good thing if we can have more opportunity to let people to see because I just feel Chinese film, we have so much culture, probably because of the language barrier. And nowadays, I think because of streaming, like you said, Western people get more used to read subtitles, right? So it's possible that our work or my work or anybody can in Asia or in China, we can have this great platform to let more people to see our art. It's feel like it's kind of vibrant. It's getting back to we got a chance to let people see our work.
And finally, have you got anything else in the pipeline? And as you were sort of mentioning earlier, has making this film almost changed your perspective a little bit on what you might want to do in future in terms of your acting career?
To be honest, it changed a lot because I don't want to be pretentious, but sometimes we do backstories about acting, right? Once we get a character, we do backstory. We do homework. We prepare so much, and you're on set. You said, "Oh, I have to forget everything," right? But there's always something that I feel you have this awareness of the with the camera. You always kind of feel this when you confront the camera. You don't I don't feel like really naturally doing this acting. But this movie, just particularly this movie, it's just so many takes that it's a long shot. You don't even see the camera. I feel like it's, and I have to act opposite of a dog, and they're just so in the moment. Just I just feel like I have to get over it. I'm not acting. I'm just simply just react because she doesn't care about the camera or anybody's, right. It just just live in the moment. I think that's something the moment I feel like I kind of I'm kind of reinventing the situation, but the truth is maybe this is like acting truthfully, people say. I think that's something in this movie I can kind of relate to it. I'm not sure about what other people think, but that's how I feel. But at the beginning of the shooting, I kind of forced myself to do some, physicality change and, look darker, right? And to skinhead, to look more into that, immerse myself into the character, holding something tangible, right? So I have, okay, I'm in this zone. I'm in the moment. During the filming, I have no lines, so something I feel maybe I'm not doing right. I always can go to the director. I said, "Is there any notes for me?" I feel like I'm not acting. I'm s- I'm worried. What's going on? And then he always said, "Eddie, focus on the dog. Look at the dog." Everybody's focusing on the dog, not on me, right? Not on my character. So at the beginning, I'm kind of, I'm so doubtful of myself. This is something that I've never really encountered. This is new. I guess that's how I felt after I watched the movie.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
that
Thank you
with
very
me.
much.